I'm sleeping overnight in 3 different cheap sleep pods across 3 Australian states, and people online say they're dangerous. Why? Because every pod means sleeping beside complete strangers I've never met in the dark.
People can get pretty violent. Maybe just be careful.
I'm going to try to survive all 3 nights with complete strangers to see if these shared cheap sleep pods are actually dangerous, and also see if I can walk away with a genuine friend from each different sleep pod. Alright, so here we are for our sleep pod in Melbourne, and it was only $40. It's this big building behind me, the white one. It's basically like a giant mansion, so I'm kind of excited. Now, there's a lot of reviews online. Some of them vary from 1 star to 5 star, so we'll start with the 5-star reviews. Best place to stay on a budget. Always tea and biscuits. Can't go wrong with tea and biscuits. I'm pretty happy about that. Pods are super fun. Like futuristic sci-fi stuff, including neon colours. Now guys, I booked a sleep pod, not an intergalactic abduction, but you can't deny how cool it looks. Now there was also some 1-star reviews online, so we'll just see what the problems here are. Do not stay at this hotel. It was one of the worst places I have stayed at anywhere in the world. Alright, people come in off the street and steal your stuff. Definitely not a safe location. I'm hoping this isn't true. You can't always assume everything you read online is true. It was scary and unsafe for me. The police came. I'm definitely looking forward to the tea and biscuits. Now, as soon as I opened the door, I heard this. Now, I don't know what's going on outside, but I've got a sleep pod to review. Welcome to my $40 spaceship for the night. This is where I'll be sleeping. Alright, I just checked in. I think I have to keep my voice down because I think there's some people sleeping, but I can also adjust all these colours. Now look, I would love to have an actual door, but this sheet does do the job. It goes all the way back and all the way forward. Well, mostly. The pod has this really cool LED colour changing mirror, and also on the roof as well. I made sure nobody was hiding under my bed. We were all good. I then asked a guy who's staying there, who didn't want to be on camera, what he thought of the sleep pods.
Yeah, I mean, I've stayed in a lot of places like this, and sometimes people can get pretty violent. I've seen a dude punch in his face before. But yeah, maybe just be careful. Look,
it's a bit creaky, but for the price you're paying, you know, at the end of the day, I'll let it go. The mood lighting in here is sensational. You can literally play around with different colours. I explored the kitchen area, and while there was cake on the table, I couldn't find the tea and biscuits I was promised in the review. Upstairs there's a spa, but the handles were missing and it was out of order. But when it's in operation, I can imagine it's pretty awesome. The shower looked very clean and modern. There's even a backyard with a vegetable garden. And somehow that's where I made my first friend. Alright, so I just got here in Melbourne and I already made my first friend.
Charlotte.
All right, absolute pleasure to meet you. Let's go. What do you rate the sleep pod here out of 10?
Look, I've never ever slept in one before. And when I was booking it, I was like, this is going to be a weird experience. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a little bit of a spaceship.
It does give massive UFO vibes.
It does. Uh-oh. So he's just put down a blue 7 and I've got a green 7.
I killed some time in my pod attempting a Rubik's Cube. I've never solved one before, but I'm hoping during this video I'll figure out how to do it. I also decided I was going to throw the craziest party this house has ever seen. So I invited my friend over.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you, man? Good to see you, brother. Good, man.
And it was time to have the wildest night of our lives.
Alright, ready?
Bubble off.
3, 2.
Whoa. Oh.
Mine one.
Yeah, that one.
Ooh. Oh. 1. Oh no. 6, 1. And while nobody else at the house wanted to join the fun, it didn't matter. I was already spending it with the best people. We partied hard until nightfall, said our emotional goodbyes, and then it was time for bed. Inside my cheap $40 spaceship sleep pod. Not a sentence I ever thought I'd say, but here we are. In case you were wondering, the sleep pods were definitely not soundproof. Time to go. Although there was definitely some scary moments, this cheap sleep pod wasn't so dangerous after all. In fact, I kind of enjoyed my stay. But it was now time to fly off and see if the same can be said for my next sleep pod in Sydney. Alright, so here we are at this cheap sleep pod in Sydney, $60. Now the reviews online are mostly positive, there's some negative ones, but I have pretty high hopes. The pods are compact but comfortable, with everything you need for a short stay. Okay, so that sounds pretty promising. I'm pretty excited. The place is quiet and private, although I must admit, I felt a bit claustrophobic at first, but only in the beginning. Alright, I'm getting really excited now. I'm in the middle of Sydney, I'm at a budget accommodation, the weather's good. So now let's go over to some of the 1-star reviews online to see what they have to say. It was a catastrophe. The rooms were so dirty, the sanitary was so dirty, full of mold on the wall, it was tripping down. I don't know what they mean by tripping down, that sounds kind of funny, but nevertheless, I'm hoping it's not going to be a catastrophe when I go inside because that wouldn't be very good. This place needs to be shut down. Please don't let the other reviews fool you. This place is uninhabitable. Saying it's uninhabitable is definitely a crazy line. One of the worst shower experiences ever. No hooks on wall to hang my towel, which I did not have because the person at reception, told me they ran out. So I had to use my t-shirt. How do you run out of towels? So I had to use my t-shirt, which was not great. I honestly didn't believe it. I had to see it for myself. Did the shower actually have no hooks for towels? Guys, I can confirm there is no hooks. Although there is a shelf, so you can just put your towel there. I finally reached the pod room and I can't lie, they look pretty good. It even has a door. Dreams do come true. Oh, I don't know what that was, but... Alright guys, signing out. Wait, I can't open the door. Wait. The inside control panel has me feeling like a full-on spaceship captain. I mean, this is next level vibes. And I've got blue lights. There's also a TV, but no remote. I don't think it works. You can even adjust the AC. That's so good. Up. I don't know what I'm clicking, but I'm clicking something. Oh, what? That has a light too. That's so sick. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not quite sure what is on the bottom of this mattress, but I'm gonna hope it's just dust. Guys, I have come to the realization that this place is epic. For $60 in the center of Sydney, I don't think it gets much better than this. I'm never gonna... I got a cramp. Oh, it's about 5 o'clock now, so it's not quite time for sleep. I'm gonna go out there and explore and see if I can meet any other friends. I had the person across from me take this video for me, and honestly, there's no easy way to get out of these pods. The place had a shared kitchen, I think somebody had pasta for dinner. There was also a games room, but I had nobody to play with. I even asked the guy on the couch in this video, but he said no. Now also guys, funny story, this video almost didn't happen. Let me tell you a funny story. The night before I flew here, I lost my phone, completely gone, I could not find it. So I had to borrow my friend's phone. And luckily SimFi exists, because it was late at night, no stores were open, so I couldn't buy a SIM card. I don't know how I'm gonna get to Sydney. But thankfully, you can buy a digital SIM card online with SimFi. So that same night, I downloaded the SimFi app and selected the region Australia on the homepage. Selected the amount of days I was traveling for, purchased my eSIM card, then scanned the QR code and downloaded my eSIM card. It was that easy. And while SimFi saved me on this trip around Australia, allowing me to stay connected to the internet, they also have SIM cards to stay connected to the internet for 150 plus destinations worldwide. You just need to activate before you fly, tweak your phone settings, and get online in minutes on arrival. So if you're going on a holiday to places like Bali or Europe, download the SimFi app that's trusted by over 500,000 travelers, get your SimFi eSIM before you fly, use my code Tyler for 15% off, or hit the link in the description. And enjoy! Do I look really weird vlogging in public, guys?
No.
I feel like people are staring at me right now, but we don't care, do we?
No, we don't care.
No, that's it.
Yeah. Just don't vlog and walk like this.
Okay. After lots of walking around, I managed to bump into this guy named Thomas. Woo! Oh, that's perfect. So where are you coming from? So you're in Sydney today. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Austria.
Austria.
I'm from Austria. There might be a slightly German accent. I'm from Vienna.
From Vietnam.
Vienna, it's
Oh, Vienna.
Do you know?
You said Vietnam. Vienna. I know Viet. All right. So this is your first ice cream in Australia.
Yeah, it is.
Cheers. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's wait for the review.
Too much.
Why is this abnormally massively long?
I'll be generous. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, hey, we'll take it. And after farewelling my new friend Thomas, I also met these guys when walking past the ice cream shop again, and they wanted to teach me Chinese. I'm here now with my boys.
你好，我的名字叫子夫。
Yep, and
HC here.
HHC. Okay, I can say that one.
你好吗？
Ni hao ma. What does that mean?
啊，你好。
Well, there we go.
我今天晚上，
我
今天
今天
去你家。
出马家
Yes. 母女亲亲。
Muchacha. After a long, busy day, it was time to brush my teeth in this tiny bathroom mirror and crawl into my $60 sleep pod to call it a night.
Good night, everybody. Go to bed.
Not going to lie, after my sleep, I was feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and immediately about to ruin it by flying economy. But off to the island of Tasmania we go. Alright, here we are for this sleep pod in Tasmania. I have never been to Tasmania before, and this is my first time, and I have to say, just being here, it's pretty lovely, and the weather's really good today. And for this sleep pod as well behind me, I actually booked a deluxe bed. This is the only sleep pod out of the 3 where I'm staying in a deluxe bed. Online, this place has the best reviews out of all of the sleep pods I've been to. Let's have a look at some of the 5-star reviews to start with. Pods were clean and well maintained, with Wi-Fi/charging all available. Love the ability to change the lighting colors in the pod. All of these sleep pods seem to just have this same kind of UFO style vibe. I'm guessing that there's a giant company that makes different ones, or there's a bunch of companies that make these like alien UFO pods. They're the cheapest ones that you can stay in, so. For a budget accommodation, I am super happy and satisfied with what's been given. Alright, now I know what you're all waiting for, let's get to the 1-star reviews. Your night can be ruined by one inconsiderate person. The soundproofing is lousy, for its price, it's not worth it. Like this person said, you never know who you're staying with, you never know who's in your room, so you really never know what's going to happen, so that's always something to consider when going into cheap places. Very tempted to knock on the guy who's snoring next door at freaking 9 PM. You can hear snoring and every noise very clearly. That's always a pet peeve of mine if people are snoring, so I'm really praying that there's no snorers in my area because there could be an intense pillow fight that happens or something like that. Bathrooms are covered in black mold. Even worse, wet towels on the floor. I'm in Tasmania and now I'm nervous. I guess there's only one thing to do and let's get in there. Huh. It looks pretty good. Now I was worried if this ladder would collapse on me. I'm only kidding, those were just sound effects. It was extremely hot in the pod, so it definitely made making my bed a lot harder. I messed around with the Rubik's Cube for a bit, still no idea what I'm doing, and then this happened. But don't worry, I got it back on. There's a little screen telling me the temperature in the pod is 25 degrees, but sadly, I can't make it any cooler. So yeah, overall I'm paying $60 for this pod, and I've got a deluxe room, so I definitely noticed the space in the deluxe room compared to the other sleep pods. Now there's also a wrestling show on tonight in Tasmania, so I want to go hopefully find somebody to go with. We'll see if we can find a friend to go to the wrestling with us tonight. I have to complete my task of making a friend in every state, otherwise I'll be going by myself. But it was the middle of the day and I genuinely couldn't find anyone. So I ventured out to check if the bathrooms were actually covered in black mold, and I can happily confirm they were not. Alright, so I just met these two really cool guys outside of my sleep pod. Who are we with?
Brandon.
Brandon and
Bruno.
Bruno. Okay, so I was just talking to them before. I've convinced them possibly to both come to the wrestling tonight. What do you reckon? Maybe. Okay, so wrestling's in about an hour. What do you guys rate the sleep pods as well out of 10?
10 out of 10.
It's pretty good. Now, after walking around town for half an hour, I returned to the sleep pod lobby, which is where I said to Bruno and Brandon I would meet them to go to the wrestling show. But nobody was there. It turns out Brandon was waiting just outside. No Bruno though, but that's okay. Off to the wrestling we go.
Who's ready for some action?
What did you think of your first wrestling experience?
Almost can't put it in words, to be fair, man.
That was epic.
One of the most roguish experiences I've had.
Did you ever think today you were going to go to a wrestling show?
Absolutely not. No.
So you're originally from Tasmania?
Yeah, Tassie, yeah.
What is something you could tell me about the state of Tassie, just in general?
It's a lot more beautiful than people give it credit for.
And you said we were going to do a thing called splitting a G tomorrow together. What does that mean?
Yeah, knockoffs, it's a ritual. And yeah, we'll split some J's.
Now, I'll be honest, I have no idea what a G is or what I was in for, but I farewelled my friend Brandon and went to bed. The sleep was pretty good, and I have nothing but positive things to say about this sleep pod. And before the end of this trip, I had one more thing to do.
My routine ritual wind down from work. So I've just finished up at the cafe. Yeah, pretty much every day I'll knock off. I'll come here and split a G with the lads.
Alright, so what are we about to do?
So we're going to split the J. So you want to take on your first sip, get the bottom of the head to line up with the midpoint of the J.
Cheers to splitting the J. Oh, he's too good. Did you get it? Yeah,
Oh, it's a little bit under.
Yeah.
I've overshot it.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
It's kind of crazy how life works. You meet people you never planned to meet in places like cheap sleep pods, and somehow they end up meaning a lot to you.
And whatever number it lands on is how many pours we do. Ready? 5, ready?
This is your first ice cream in Australia?
Yeah, it is.
Cheers. What does that mean?
你好。
Hey, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And while I head home on this journey, I realised the hardest part wasn't surviving the sleep pods, but saying goodbye to the new friends I made along the way. But I guess that's what life's about. Crossing paths, even if it's only for a little bit.